Hello everybody, welcome to this pick a card reading. My name is Gabby Turner, and this is a viewer request. We're going to be asking, are they going to be reaching out to you? And this can be for any person. It can be platonic, it can be romantic, either way, it doesn't matter. At the end of the reading though, for those of you who are asking specifically about a romantic interest or something like that, we will look more into the romantic side of it, but the bulk of the reading will be more general, and we'll be looking into, first of all, the person that you have in mind, whoever they happen to be. Are they going to reach out to you? And then if they do, what's their attitude going to be? You know, like what's kind of their attitude when they do reach out to you? If they're not reaching out to you, what is keeping them from reaching out to you? And then we'll also look into, you know, what's the overall impact upon you? So how are you going to feel about, and what's the outcome going to be for you regarding whether or not they reach out and how they do reach out. So hopefully that makes sense. We have 3 reading options. Each of them is represented by a different tarot deck. Number 1 is Tarot of the Cat People. Number 2 is the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. And number 3 is the Little Prince Tarot. So go ahead and make your decision, or if you want to ask about more than one person and you feel really intuitively guided that there is an accurate message for you and more than one option, then go ahead and watch more than one option. For some of you, maybe there won't be any options that strongly feel that you strongly feel that your intuition is guiding you to. In that case, listen to that intuitive guidance, because there just isn't going to always be a reading for you in every pick a card video. But if there is, go ahead and use the timestamps below. Let me know in the comments how this reading resonated for you, if it made sense for you or not. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at your reading. All right, welcome to everyone who chose option 1. So let's just go ahead and look into whether or not the person that you have in mind is going to be reaching out to you. And then we'll look a little bit further into it beyond just that yes or no answer. Is the person that pile 1 has in mind, are they going to reach out to them? We have a yes. We have a yes, and this looks very positive overall. You know, whoever this is, when they do reach out to you, I think that maybe there are issues that perhaps the two of you don't see eye to eye on, but I think that this person has reflected upon that, some sort of difference that the two of you have had, and they feel like they can reach out to you and do it with kindness and love and understanding. I feel like this person will be in the spirit of wanting to create a closer bond and a closer level of mutual understanding. I feel like there's a spirit of forgiveness here, but at the same time, this person doesn't want to be a doormat. So they're also not going to be like, oh yeah, you're totally right about everything. No, I don't think so. But they also don't want the two of you to be arguing or disagreeing or having any sort of separation between the two of you. I feel like this person views you as someone who they have strong positive regard for, and they want you to continue to be a part of their life. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, this is like, this person really deeply cares about you. Even if this is something that's like a workplace situation where it's not like a very personal relationship, I feel like they care about you as a person, whoever this happens to be. And they do feel that the two of you have definitely not seen eye to eye. But like I said, I feel like they've reflected on that more. And I think that they can see the error of their own thinking or the error of their own speech or behavior towards you as well. Like they're not afraid to admit, like, okay, maybe I was wrong here, or maybe I wasn't trying hard enough to understand you. In some cases, they also feel like they were failing to see the degree to which you were going out of your way to be understanding and harmonious with them. I kind of feel like they do admit at some level that they may have overreacted or just not seen the kind of inherent goodness within you of whatever caused the disagreement, or, whatever it is that's kept the two of you from speaking. And I'm asking more about that, like, what was this? And it's the death card, like, it does feel like there may have been a moment where the two of you really felt like you needed to, like, even like completely part ways. I think they felt that way at the very least. I think you, because you're represented here by the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, I think that you didn't really mean any harm towards this person. It may have been really like kind of unexpected and threw you for a loop, because you were through this whole process, you were trying to be harmonious and meet this person eye to eye, meet them halfway. I think you were really trying to meet them halfway the whole time, but something that happened between the two of you really triggered them, because they are represented here by the Nine of Wands and the King of Cups. The King of Cups in reverse specifically. They got really emotionally triggered. But as I said, when they reach out to you, they have really gone within and they have really reflected on this. And they feel that they, let me try to find the words. They used their power over this relationship, whatever it happens to be. So if this were like a workplace situation, like maybe this would be a boss or something. And this boss may have used their influence over you, what their status allows them over you, to kind of like push you around a little bit, or at least like, or they were able to kind of like push you into a corner. They were able to put you at a place where you couldn't move. And that could be any, if this was a romantic relationship, for example, they made it impossible for you to resolve the conflict, so it could have been someone who like cut you off or blocked you or something like that. But they used whatever power they had to kind of like make it impossible for you to move in the situation. They cornered you in. Yeah. But now they are going to reach out, and it is with love. And I feel that they still want to have this sense of power. They don't want to be powerless. Definitely, this is not a doormat type of a person. They're definitely never going to want to be a doormat to anyone. But when it comes to you, when they finally come forward, they want to be fair. They want to be fair to you. And they don't want to be misusing their power over the relationship dynamic. So that's what I'm getting here. So let's just ask, like, what is going to be the kind of like emotional impact on you? I think my feeling already is that you'll probably appreciate what they say or do when they do reach out. But let's just see what else the cards have to say here. So what's the emotional impact on you when they do reach out? Well, I think that some of you actually might need time yourself to reflect. Because it seems like even though they are coming back to you with good intentions and with all of this self-reflection, I think some of you maybe have been doing your own self-reflection during this period of time, and you're not, at this point, I mean, you had those two cards upright before, the Two of Pentacles upright and the Two of Cups before. Now we have the Two of Swords reversed. So it's like a little bit like you're like, I was really trying to be harmonious with you before and you were not having it. So I have done a lot of my own reflection here, and I just want to look at all my options, So for example, if this was a workplace situation, I think you would be in the position of like, you might be apologizing now, but I am still going to be looking at other job possibilities. Just because you're owning up to some things doesn't mean that all is forgotten. And if it were, for example, like a romance or a friendship, there's this kind of vibe of like, you're not the only person that I can have a relationship with. You're not the only person that I can be friends with. Like, I have other options. So just because you're coming back, doesn't mean I'm going to jump, jump and like automatically be on board with you, because, I think your attitude is just like, why were you not more on board with me when I was being totally like meeting you halfway and being harmonious? Yeah, you're definitely going to need your own time to reflect. I think after you have some space to reflect, though, you do recognize that you do care about this person. I think that you do still want there to be harmony here, but you may be kind of uncertain of where you want to go moving forward with this person. Yeah, you're definitely going to be uncertain, like, you do want the harmony. It's not like you're going to be argumentative with this person when they reach out to you, I don't think. But it's more like, that's cool. Glad to hear you feel better about everything, but I kind of need my space, and I kind of still need my own room to move, because you pushed me into a corner before, and I don't want to get hurt again, like, I feel like that you have a little bit of a lack of trust with this person based on whatever it is that happened before. So that's what I have for like the general reading. If this is a romantic person, stick around. I'll be pulling some specific romantic cards to kind of help you understand where this person is coming from, if this was a romantic connection, or where they are coming from. Okay, I still have hope in our love. Yeah, so if this was like the two of you kind of separated or had some space, they definitely still want to renew the romance here. Why did you walk away? So they still have questions about your behavior in all of this, or what you said or did. They may be having the perspective that either that you in the past that you kind of pushed them away, or they may be confused when they do reach out to you. They might be confused about the fact that you might now want some space. Okay, my ex is a problem. So yeah, maybe that was part of the issue. Like, they have something from the past that could have been causing issues here. And okay. I feel like, if this is a romantic situation, they feel that you might be putting a wall up now when they want to renew things with you, because they think that you might be kind of like projecting things onto them, that like maybe they still want to get back with an ex or another person. And, yeah, and maybe they did. Maybe this is a thing where like the two of you kind of broke up for a while, and they may have seen what else is out there or something like that. Interesting. Okay. What's this person's mindset romantically when they reach back out to group number one? What is this person's mindset? Unrequited love. They definitely want to figure this out with you, because they feel like something has been, they feel like there's something unresolved. They haven't been able to fulfill the full potential of this, because they feel like this is true love. They don't want this to be unrequited love. There definitely is enough attraction and chemistry on their side, but whatever problems the two of you have had, they feel, have caused, they're afraid that this is going to cause them to lose out on such a beautiful romantic opportunity with you. They do feel like you are their soulmate. We have reconciliation reversed, and when I pulled that card, I was specifically asking about, like, what is this ex is a problem thing? I do feel like there is some sort of lingering baggage or something from a previous relationship that they were in, or some sort of previous romantic involvement with somebody else. And I think there's confusion about that. this person really wants you to still give them a chance and understand what all of that is. You know, they might be still working out something with an ex, or they were when the two of you kind of stepped away from each other. And I think that whatever that drama was, they couldn't handle it. And it made them get really triggered by you. And I think at the time you were actually trying really hard to be very understanding of whatever it was that they were going through with their ex. But they, I don't know, they didn't see that level of understanding in you. Now they do see it, and they want you to give them a chance again. But I think that, you know, this is worth waiting for, and it's in reverse. Like, they know that there's a strong possibility that you may not feel like, you know, a relationship with them or a renewal of a relationship with them is worth it anymore. But they're going to try to influence you to give them another chance. Is it ever enough? Will I ever be enough for you? I feel like maybe that's kind of the energy they were in when they got triggered before. That they felt like they were doing everything they could to kind of manage whatever this kind of baggage from a previous relationship was, this lingering baggage. And they felt like you weren't respecting how hard they were working to kind of resolve whatever that issue was. But you are so much fun to be around. I mean, they really see so much value in being involved with you. I don't trust people easily. I'm having conflict with someone and it's really stressing me out. I feel like probably there's some sort of conflict with an ex that's unresolved. And it's affecting your all's connection. I need a lot of alone time. I'm not sure you'll understand that. I feel like this could go either way. It could be just that the two of you have needed time apart from each other. Whoops. Let's get a song message from them. Country gentlemen, the likes of you. I've seen the sky blood red at sunset. I've seen the mountains, they're shining with dew. I've seen the trees in autumn splendor. I've seen it all, but I've never seen the likes of you. I have never touched a hand so gentle. I can't imagine eyes of deeper hue. I've never seen a smile so mellow. I've seen beauty in my time, but I've never seen the likes of you. I've seen the sands of the burning desert. I've seen the river flowing peaceful and blue. I've seen the rocks of the wind-swept canyon. I've seen it all, but I've never seen the likes of you. Yeah, you're incredibly special to this person. I don't feel like I can emphasize that enough. And, yeah, I mean, they definitely want to work through things with you. They've been under a lot of stress. And, I think that part of what they're understanding now is that all of this caused a lot of stress to you too. And you were managing that stress pretty well, although in the past they didn't see it that way because they were more focused, I think, on how everything was so stressful to them that they didn't see the degree to which you really were meeting them halfway and, trying to be very cooperative and understanding. So now it's interesting because I feel like the situation has kind of reversed itself, and now you're perhaps less willing to be understanding. What are your spirit guides' guidance for you regarding this connection? We get the Three of Wands reversed, the King of Pentacles reversed, and the Two of Wands reversed. I mean, I think the guidance is that you probably should take more time to reflect. There's no need to jump back into this if they do reach out to you. Definitely allow yourself that time to think, because I think if you do come to the conclusion after, giving yourself this time to really reflect over where you want to go with this, that'll make you more successful regardless of what choice you do make. So if you're like, yeah, let's get back together ultimately after taking time to think about it, that time that you took to think makes that choice more effective. And if you decide, you know what, I think maybe we should go our separate ways, taking your time to reflect to come to that choice also makes that choice more successful. So whatever you do, don't feel like you have to have pressure to make any particular decision immediately when this person does reach out. Final thoughts. You need to focus on your own happiness. You need to place your own happiness first. And, you know, that your guides are acknowledging that you have really been very understanding of this person a lot, you know, through thick and thin. I'm hearing, you know, through thick and thin, you were so understanding, so gracious, generous with your time and your energy and your understanding and your emotions. You know, you were willing to, I feel like, inconvenience yourself in order to make things a bit easier for this person. And you kind of denied yourself a lot of your own happiness and your own ease and your own comfort in that process. Your spirit guides really want you to think about how, if you do decide to get back together with them, how can you go forward not compromising yourself like that? You know, it's good to create harmony with someone, but it's not really, you're not creating balance for yourself if you are, you know, giving them like 70% and you only get 30% of the enjoyment. You know, you can't be living in a relationship at your own expense to such a degree as I think what you had been. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hello, everyone who chose option number 2. Let's go ahead and get on into it and see, will the person that you have in mind be reaching out to you? Let's see here. So this can be any person, platonic or romantic. If you do specifically have a romantic person in mind, then please hang on till the end of the reading, because at the end of the reading we'll look more into specifically the romantic energies of that. But first of all, just for any person, is the person you're thinking about going to be reaching out to you? Okay, I get a definite no. This is a very strong no. So whoever this is, we have the 7 of Cups reversed, we have the Moon reversed, and the King of Pentacles reversed. I kind of feel like there's a lot of suspicion here. I feel like this person is very suspicious of you, and that's a big part of why they have these reservations about reaching out, because they really don't understand your intentions. I feel like they're trying to keep the upper hand here. They feel like you might have some sort of ulterior motive towards you or something. You know, the Page of Cups reversed and the Moon reversed and the 7 of Cups reversed. This is, why do they think this? With the 2 of Wands, it's like they just feel like, I don't know if you can see the imagery here on this specific version of it, but yeah, it's a very, like they feel like you are up to no good. And I don't know necessarily that they're up to any good themselves, but they don't want you to be up to no good towards them, right? It's like, you know, you both could have potentially, I mean, they could have ulterior motives towards you, or like motives towards you that are not loving and kind per se. But they're more, they don't care about that, right? They're more concerned with how you could be trying to exploit them or lie to them, deceive them. Yeah, they're very concerned about that. They feel that you, they feel like you're trying to be emotionally manipulative. They think that you're trying to play their emotions. So if you have been trying to get a response from them, they don't trust that. It's like, why can't you just let this go? They don't understand why you can't just let this go. I think that this person feels like there's really nothing left here of value, and they feel like it would be better for the two of you just to move on. That's what I'm getting. So I don't think that they're going to respond. Let's ask about, like what's going to be the outcome for you in terms of that. So what's the emotional outcome or whatever? How is this going to be affecting my pile twos, the fact that they won't reach out? I think it's kind of hard for you to move on still. But I think that the longer that they don't reach out to you, the easier it will be for you to kind of let go of this situation. I feel like it has been something that you've had trouble letting go of. Whether that's because you want to continue to be involved in this person's life, or whether it's just because you want more closure. Maybe it's a situation where you just feel like, this person needs to make amends to me, or like they need to apologize to me, and that just isn't happening. Or, I don't necessarily feel like you want to like reestablish a relationship with this person per se. I think it's more like you just want them to be more accountable, and it feels unresolved because they haven't done that. They haven't said or done what needs to be said in order for you to feel like they've made that sort of apology, or you've gotten some sort of resolution on whatever happened here. But I do feel, like I said, over time, I think you'll be able to let go of that more. I do feel like you probably have some anger towards this person that will linger. But yeah, that's what I've got. So for all of you watching, whether it's platonic or romantic, let's see here, like what's the advice? We get the 7 of Cups reversed. I feel like this is like a circus. It's like a merry-go-round, and I feel like your guides are just saying, like, it really isn't worth it to get back on this ride. It's like, like you were at the rodeo and you got thrown off of the bull, and now you're trying to get back on the bull. They're just like, it's not really worth it. Like just move along. All right. So if this is specifically a romantic situation, we'll also get some sort of mindset about where this person is coming from as it relates to that. So if it's not a romantic situation, then your portion of the reading is concluded, and I do hope that it was helpful. Okay, so where is this person's mind towards pile 2 in terms of romance? You never believe me if I told you the truth. So there are definitely things that they're not speaking to you about, and part of the reason that they're holding back is because they just feel like you wouldn't believe them anyway. They are reminded of you. I get the feeling with this one, it could be that songs remind them of you, but I just feel like just in general, they're reminded of you a lot. So they haven't stopped thinking about you. Is this really over? Even for themselves, they're confused. They have a positive regard for you, strangely enough, even though they have suspicions. What I kind of feel like is that, for a lot of you, this may be someone who really did you wrong, and now they're like worried that you would do the same to them. It's like they worry that you see through some sort of manipulation or underhandedness that they did towards you, and now they feel like, well, now you have the motivation to do that to me and to try to hurt me back. That's why they feel suspicious of you, I feel like. And I'm going to clarify some of these here in a moment. I'm not telling the truth. Wow. Okay. They're not telling the truth because they feel like you wouldn't believe the truth. And that's also why they're not reaching out to you. And probably, for some of you, maybe there's really good reason for you to not be believing them, because I feel like there's a mutual sort of suspicion. Yeah, is this really over? I mean, like I said, I feel like this person really does. They really do have a kind regard for you. I mean, you are an earth angel. They feel like you are a good person. You're a good human being. But, like, there's definitely been conflict here between the two of you as well. And I kind of feel like regardless of the fact that this person holds you in high regard, it's like almost like they want to hurt you. Like it feels a little bit sadistic almost. Sadistic meaning just they get pleasure out of causing pain in other people. What song would remind them of you? We have Elton John, Your Song. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no. Or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I mean, they definitely feel like the world is made a better place by you being in it. But I also get this feeling from this song that this is someone who over-promises and under-performs, or they don't meet the promises they make. They make big proclamations of, oh, I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to do that for you. They've set sort of like these big expectations. Like, they've led you to believe that things are going to be a certain way, and they haven't lived up to that. Okay, and we have Selena Gomez, Wolves. I've been down the darkest alleys, saw the dark side of the moon to get to you. I've looked for love in every stranger, took too much to ease the anger, all for you. I've been running through the jungle, I've been crying with the wolves to get to you. Your fingertips trace my skin to places I have never been. Blindly I am following, break down these walls and come on in. I want to feel the way that we did that summer night, drunk on a feeling, alone with the stars in the sky. I just feel like I kind of get the feeling like this is someone who's gotten involved in some really shady stuff. And I feel like it's affected you. And I think that you are probably not appreciating the fact that it has affected you. We also have Ed Sheeran featuring Chance the Rapper and PNB Rock, Cross Me. Anything she needs, she can tell me. Don't worry about her, that's my seed. Yep, that's all me. Just know, if you cross her, then you cross me. And she ain't messing with no other man. Me and her have something different. I really need all you to understand. This is also like what the Five of Wands kind of gives me. Like, they do feel competitive for you at the same time. Nobody's coming close, and I don't ever want to run around. I spent my youth jumping in and out, but you know I fucking love her now. Like nobody ever could. And you know I stay tripping. Am I crazy? I'm sticking with my baby for sure. Together or solo. It doesn't matter where we are. So if you hear about my lady, just know that she ain't the one to play with. And I'll be standing so close so you know that. I mean, yeah, again, like I get this person has definitely been involved in some shady circumstances, maybe like criminal activity, or like drugs or something. Like they've been involved in something that's very not healthy. And I feel like they've become a very unhealthy person when it comes to relationships, not just romantic relationships, but even like with their friendships. Like, I feel like there's just no loyalty. This person does not even understand loyalty at this point. Like, I feel like they've experienced so many people being disloyal to them that they just kind of assume that's how people are. It's like this, they're wallowing around in this world of like psychopathic behavior and just thinking, well, this is just how people are. So this is how I am. You know, I feel like they can tell that you're different, but at the same time, they know that they've burned you so much that you yourself could turn around and like do the same damage to them, because they feel like they would deserve it. I mean, they know that they've done you wrong. Page of Swords reversed. When I clarify, you'd never believe me if I told you the truth. Yeah, I think that they probably are definitely not going to tell you the truth. I feel like they can't find the words for it. I kind of feel like there's something that they did where they felt like they just had no other choice because they're involved in this like really shady stuff. And they feel like they had to make choices to simply, maybe to fit in with their peers or because they're, again, like involved in some sort of criminal activity where they're expected to do certain things. Yeah. I just feel like this person has fallen into the wrong crowd and they're not really in a place where they're thinking for themselves. To the extent that they are thinking for themselves, they know that they still have emotions for you. And those emotions for you are very strong, but like they're not in a mature enough place to really know how to do right by you. We already got advice from Spirit, generally speaking, even before we touched into the romantic stuff, that like, this is a circus, you know, like, do you want to get back on that bull when you've already been thrown off of the bull? Like, you know, you could just leave this rodeo behind. Yeah, and the advice now, specifically for those of you watching here for the romantic portion, is the Tower card reversed. It's like, if you feel like this person or this experience with them has already kind of split you in half, if you got back together with them, I feel like it would be even worse. It's almost like you would just be waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, it would be bad. Oh my God. And the Three of Swords. Like, I really feel like you should not, you know, get involved with this person again. You know, like, you don't need to be losing touch of your own angelic qualities. You know, like, continue to be grounded in that, you know. It is a harsh world, and there are a lot of people who behave like this person and like the people that they run around with. But thank goodness that not everyone does, you know. So hold tight to your essential goodness. Don't let go of that, and don't allow. Yet you people, both of you, I said you people, both of you folks here that we're reading into in this reading, obviously care about each other, right? Like, I feel like you do really care about each other. I don't know if it's love, but there are strong feelings. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's worth it. It feels like it would lead you down a wrong path that you don't need to be going down. So I hope that that was helpful, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, group 3, welcome to your reading. We have had some interesting answers coming out so far, so I expect nothing less for you guys, although who knows, maybe you get like something that's very tame. All right. But also the messages that have been coming through are fairly specific, so you know, it may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't, just kind of let it go, because I feel like there's some people out there who are going to really need this message, and they will need its specificity. All right, so first let's just ask for whoever this happens to be that you have in mind, any person, platonic or romantic, are they going to be reaching out to you? And we'll kind of look through that more deeply, and then at the end of the reading, for those of you who have a romantic person in mind, we'll look a little bit more into the kind of romantic mindset of this person towards you as it pertains to their choice to either reach out or not. All right, so, but for any person at all, is this person going to be reaching out to group 3? We have a strong no response. Okay. We have the 9 of Swords reversed, we have the 6 of Cups reversed, and the Page of Swords reversed. I feel like this is someone, let me clarify each of these with just an upright card. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, this person has had enough. I just feel like they don't want to get back into it with you. There have been some sort of deceptions. Let's see, on their part or on your part. They feel, whether this is true or not, you know, take it for what it's worth. They feel that you have been deceptive towards them, or that you've hidden certain things that you shouldn't have hid from them, which is a form of deception. They definitely don't feel like they trust you. They feel that there are things that are unknown about you, or that you have purposefully deceived them of, that they had a right to know. And they just don't want to get back involved with you again, or like interacting with you again, because they feel like it would only lead to conflict. And there would from their perspective, there wouldn't be any reason to reach out to you, because it would just end in some sort of argument that would then lead to the two of you walking away from each other anyway. Like their opinion is there's no way to resolve this. They're like, it's not like I could reach out to pile 3 and we could come to some sort of agreement. That's how they're viewing it. There's no love lost here. I think that they did really care about you and think fondly of you in the past, but they've been really hurt by this, you know, and this is coming from their perspective. So I have to keep reminding, you know, like, take it with a grain of salt, because their perspective may or may not be the reality. But I just feel like they've already had a lot of anxiety over this and a lot of heartbreak over this. And they've just made a pretty firm decision to move on, because it's just hurt them too much. All right, so what's going to be the impact, or the outcome for the viewer in terms of them not reaching out? Let's see. I feel a sense of you guys continuing to kind of hold on. And I think that you're probably not going to reach out either, because you really wanted them to be the one to take the initiative to reach out to you. But I think you're going to be continuing to like hope for them to reach out. Yeah, you really wanted this person to reach back out to you, I feel like. It's almost like, I think that you guys might be thinking that nobody else could offer you what this person had to offer you. You know, so if it was a romantic, like, you can't imagine finding a better person. Or if this was like a business type thing, you're like, I'll never find a business partner, or I'll never find a job that was right for me like this person. Or if it was a friend, like, you know, same kind of thing. Like, there's something that you want to get back that you feel like you can only find with this person, and whatever the situation is that you had. You still believe. I feel like you still have faith that the two of you can resolve things, and that this is a strong bond, and that the two of you can have a healthy bond. So let's see what the general advice is for you guys. And then after that, we'll look more into the romantic energies for those of you who are watching for that. So what is the advice? What should pile 3 do about this? I think that your spirit guides are saying that, first of all, there was something very dramatic that happened here, and that has to be acknowledged. Yeah, and there, in terms of the dramatic, you know, maybe combustive or hostile event that took place, they're represented by the Devil card, and you're represented by the Page of Pentacles. So I feel like you were acting in good faith with this person, but I feel like this person has allowed their ego to take control, or it could be addictions, or ego, pride, vanity, status, greed. I just think that you didn't really see it coming. You know, whatever happened here, like, you had a very favorable opinion of this person whenever this tower moment happened. This kind of destructive moment that kind of ripped a space between the two of you. You thought everything was good. You really trusted this person. You didn't expect them to behave that way. Now, your spirit guides are saying, in terms of your advice here, there is a reason why you're drawn back to this person. And I feel like your spirit guides do feel like there would be value in you being the one to reach out in order to seek some sort of greater resolution here with them. Because I do feel like there are conversations that need to be had in order for you to be able to move forward more effectively, whether that means moving forward separately from them or whether it means moving forward and repairing things. For each of you, I think that choice is going to be more of an individual thing, but your guides want you to, I think, be willing to be the one to reach out and to seek that resolution. Because there are some things about this, like, you're just never going to know until you take the risk to find out. And there are just things that are unanswered here where you need to kind of know, like, why this person acted this way. They definitely were suspicious of you. And I think that their ego got triggered because they thought that you were lying to them or something like that. Something about that needs to be resolved. All right, so that's what I'm getting. Now, for those of you who are watching specifically for a romantic situation, we're going to be kind of looking into their romantic mindset in terms of the fact that they're, choosing not to reach out, that they've decided to kind of move on from this. But let's look a little bit more deeply into those specific romantic energies. We get Rod Palmer, simply irresistible. How can it be permissible? She compromised my principle. Yeah, that kind of love is mythical. She's anything but typical. She's a craze you'd endorse. She's a powerful force. You're obliged to conform when there's no other course. Yeah, so, I mean, I definitely, in terms of like you being deceptive or something like that, it's like they feel like you have this sort of power over them and it bothers them, but it sort of intrigues them at the same time. She used to look good to me, but now I find her simply irresistible. Her loving is so powerful, it's simply unavoidable. The trend is irreversible. The woman is invincible. She's a natural law, and she leaves me in awe. She deserves the applause. I surrender because she used to look good to me, but now I find her simply irresistible. So, like, they definitely haven't stopped being attracted to you. But I feel like it's, part of the issue is, like, you have so much power over them because of how strong their attraction is, that they don't like that feeling. And especially because, this very well could be some sort of projection that they feel like you've deceived them. This could be that type of situation where, maybe they are like super insecure about being cheated on or something like that. Or they may think that just because other people are making passes at you, that means you're being unfaithful. When, you can't, if someone like, says something about like that you look good, or, if somebody texts you or something like, and you didn't invite that, like, what are you supposed to do to be able to control that? You know what I mean? But it scares this person. They have this fear of the level of power that you have over them. Wow, this person is kind of obsessed with you, I feel like. I'll let you pause and read these lyrics yourself. They're very obsessed with you, but they are not going to be reaching out to you, even so. Let's see here. What's this person's romantic mindset here? Unrequited love. I don't like the description on the bottom of this. It says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. That's definitely not the issue. Not on their end of it. I think they might be feeling that a way about you, though. They might be feeling like you aren't that attracted to them or something. Like, that could be also one of the trust issues. They don't trust that you really care about them because their level of interest in you is obsessive. Release your ex. I feel like they really fear that you're going to get involved again with someone else, whether it's someone you previously were involved in before them or just some other person. Like they feel like there's other energy around you of people being interested in you, and they definitely feel like you're uncertain about who you want to be with, and they do not like that. It makes them feel like you don't have enough chemistry for them in order for them to want to keep going. Yeah, attraction reverse. They're really doubting your level of attraction towards them, and it's like really super duper hurting their pride. So maybe that devil card that came up before is also like this sort of possessiveness, you know? This person feels really possessive towards you. They regret their choices, though, because they feel like they allowed that possessiveness and that jealousy to ruin their chances with you. They feel like they did kind of like act out too much, and it's almost like they feel like it's not repairable now. Like they feel like they can't take back certain things that they've said or done that were motivated by this jealousy and possessiveness. And they also feel like you're probably not as heartbroken about this breakup or separation or whatever it is than they are. They think that they're much more hurt, and you are just like, well, okay, it didn't work out. You know, that's what they think that your mindset is. Let's get some messages. The quality of your soul is like no other. You are such a wonderful human being. Yeah, you really stand out to them. This song also talks about being like no other, doesn't it? I thought it did. But anyway. Okay, I'm scared to make a move towards you. You don't know how insecure I really am. I try to act aloof to cover it up. So that definitely corresponds with what we've been picking up here about them already. Oh, I felt like you abandoned me, and it made me realize that I hadn't really been there for you. I get it now. I'm sorry. I think they kind of get it, but I'm not sure if they really totally do. You drain me. But I feel like, I mean, maybe you do, but I feel like mostly what drains them is that kind of jealousy and insecurity. Let's clarify this. You drain me. Songs remind. Okay, they're drained by their obsession with you because this person is like thinking and intensely feeling about you like all the time. Is this really over? They don't want it to be over, but they're not in the energy of fighting for it. This message has been coming up a lot. For some reason, I'm called to this other tarot deck to ask to clarify it. What does this mean? The Chariot. I feel like you'd never believe the level of emotion that they have, like how possessed they are with their emotionality towards you. The Chariot is related to the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is a sign that Cancer people, I'm not saying this person is a Cancer per se, but like people with a lot of like a strong moon in their chart or a lot of Cancer, they seem like someone who's very like wearing their heart on their sleeve because they appear to be emotional people, and they are, but like they really guard their most vulnerable emotions. And this person feels really vulnerable when it comes to you. So they guard that. And that's what you wouldn't believe. Because I feel like their behavior has made it look so much the opposite, which is what Cancerian type people are so capable of doing. But this person is doing it regardless of, you know, what their signs happen to be or whatever. Wow. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Like, this is an extremely emotionally sensitive person, and or they're just extremely emotionally sensitive and insecure and vulnerable, extremely vulnerable when it comes to you. And they're so terrified of anyone else trying to have some opportunity with you romantically. Like they would be willing to be cutthroat towards anyone that they thought was trying to get with you. But I feel like they would do it in a secretive way because they wouldn't want you to know. Does that make sense? Like, if they thought that someone else was trying to like hit on you or ask you out, they would do something sort of duplicitous. Like, they would go behind your back to tell this person or to make it clear to this person, like, pile 3 is off limits. Pile 3 is only for me. They would scare people. They'd be willing to scare people away from you. There's a very, very, very strong possessive quality here, almost to the point that this person, they want to own you is what I feel like it is. They want to own you, and I feel like they want no one else to be able to. They want a level of commitment with you that would be unbreakable. But it's like even marriage wouldn't be enough for them. Like they need some sort of like, I can't even put it into words. Like, if this person could like put you up in a house and keep you all alone to where you're like never, they would want to isolate you. I mean, they might be that type of person like who would prefer, oh my God, they've got like extreme control issues. Yeah. Like they would want to keep you isolated from other human beings, even like anyone that could somehow interfere or take any of their time away from you or any of your attention away from them. Whew. Yeah, but we did get that advice before from your guides that there is something more that needs to be resolved here. That you're not going to be able to figure that out unless you reach out to them. But yeah, I mean, like this person does not come across to me as like super emotionally healthy. Let's get, is there any specific advice beyond what was said to the general viewership here? 7 of Wands. I mean, there is something here worth fighting for. And it could be just worth fighting for your own peace of mind. But you're not going to have that peace of mind, I think, unless you kind of persevere here and try to figure out what the heck happened, you know, and that would require you being willing to reach out to them, I think. But ultimately, you know, like this is a general reading, so come to your own conclusions as far as what you want to do. And yeah. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I hope I see you around. All right. Bye-bye.